Welcome to Tech Tip Tuesday, bite-sized professional learning you can implement right away. Today, we are talking about Classroom Screen. If you've been on my channel before, you've probably seen my other video for Classroom Screen. I'm going to go a little deeper and show you a couple more tools that are available within the Classroom Screen platform. Now, this is a completely free application. You don't even need to sign up if you don't want to, but you can sign up for a free account. And there are a few settings that you're able to save and preferences there. You can also save up to 3 name lists, which are really helpful in the classroom to use with Random Name Picker or Group Maker, which I'm going to talk about today. That is classroomscreen.com. You just go right to classroomscreen.com and you can start without even signing up. It's a great way to test it out. Now, in Classroom Screen, you have 13 widgets, which I've talked about before, but here's an image that shows you all of them. I love this for setting up my day, whether it's in the classroom or just working at my computer. If I'm in the classroom, I can set up my day for whatever I'm going to be using in my lessons. If I'm using dice with math, I can use that. I could change the background to fit whatever we're doing. I can even set up multiple screens with Classroom Screen. So here's my screen that I'm using at my desktop, at my desk today. I've got my to-do list. I've got my timer set for my 25 minutes. I do use a Pomodoro technique. If you're looking for information on that, I highly recommend Googling that. It keeps my workflow going, and my screen setup is great for keeping that workflow in check for me because I can get off task and lose track of what I'm doing. In the classroom, it helps with workflow with students. You see, I like to use the work symbols if we're working silently or if we're whispering or if students are going to ask a neighbor about something or they want to work together. These are just a few of the options, some of my favorites though. Now, like I said, you can have multiple screens. So if I click on this little home button in the top left corner, I can click here and I can add as many screens as I want. Now, with the free version, it will not save your screens from day to day. You will have to personalize your screen each day, but I really love that because it helps me every day to assess what I have going on, either with my students or what work I need to get done that day, and set up my screen accordingly. I love this for our classroom displays so that it keeps me on track, it keeps students on track, and it helps them know what's going on that day. And it's super easy for me to type in and change it each day. So to add an additional screen, I just click Add Screen. Now I can open this screen and I can customize it by changing the background. I do love their animated backgrounds, but I also love if I'm doing a little inspirational time or if I'm talking about geography even. I can choose a mountain or one of these other things. If I want it to be fun and silly, like I showed you on my other screen, I might choose this laid back meerkat. It just really depends on what I'm doing. They also have seasonal options down here too. So if you wanted cherry blossoms, you can choose that one. Again, one of the perks of signing up for an account is you can create those name lists. And then when you want to choose a random name, you can click on random name. Your list is there. You could change the list if you had more than one list. I only have one. And then you just click choose and it's going to choose a student for you. And then if you're done with this, you can change it. If this is something you're going to use all day and you want to color coordinate it, you can choose a background color. I love color coordinating my things. I can also make this smaller. I can make it bigger if I want it to be more prominent. And then maybe this is during math time. So I'm going to have the dice up and you can hear the sound effects. Maybe I want a timer. But for this, I'm going to change the background color and I want it to be, let's go with blue. And then I want to change the sound effects. So I'm going to choose a sound effects. I can change it to whatever. Students love this mark. the Mario one. I can change it and make it smaller. I can move it around my screen, anything I want to do. Now I have 2 screens set up for the day. I could use one for ELA, one for math, one for science. Whatever I want to do, I can do that here. My next thing is that was the home screen. You can manage your content. Oh, this is personalized. This is where you're personalizing. You can create screens, polls, groups. Let's talk about personalizing your page. In that home section, there is a personalized tab. If you click on that personalized tab, you can change the language. You can change whether it warns you before deleting a screen. You can add your list here. Again, with the free version, you can have up to 3 lists. And you can adjust what active widgets you have on your widget bar. So if you don't really need a QR code, you can just click and drag it down here. I like a QR code. You can rearrange the order of these. You can show the counters or turn that off. That is up to you. As you can see, when I go to my screens, you can see that it'll show the little number of how many of these you have. The next thing I want to talk about is creating polls. I love the create polls option. Now this is for an in-class poll. I would display this on my board, maybe to get a temperature check on how students are doing on a particular lesson, or how they're feeling that day, or if there's something going on and I want to get their opinion about something, I can do that here. You do have 3 question types. You have smiley faces, multiple choice, or true false. And this can go for content. It could go for reflection. It could go for so many different things. And again, to get to this, you're going to go to your little home in the top left corner, and you're going to click on add poll. Now I do have one created here. So all they do is you would display this on your board. Students are going to come up to the touch screen and they're going to touch on the icon that represents how they're doing today. If I wanted to add another one about that was content related, I can do that here. Maybe I want to, let's just do what is 6 times 7. And then my answer options could be 43, 42, 54, 27. And then this one, let's do a bar chart. I want the results to be visible. Now I could turn this off if I wanted to. Remote voting is a pro feature that would be for the paid version. I do not have the paid version. I use just what is in the free version. Once I'm ready, I can click ready. And my poll is active. I can just have this up on the screen. Students come up during independent work time, or if I am having station rotation, this might be one of the tasks that they do as they move to their next station. And students can come up and click what answer they think is the correct answer. Hopefully you're going to have mostly correct answers here. But this gives you an idea of who understands or how many of your students understand. It's not going to tell you which ones, but it does give you a good temperature check. And just so many options there. It could be about a question in a reading that you and your class did that day. Just so many things you could do here. The next thing I want to talk about is creating groups. This is where that name lists come in handy when you've added your list of students. Now, if you don't want to sign up for an account and you just want to start fresh every day, you can do that. Just type your students' names in a Word document, pull that up, copy it, paste it in there. It's just one way to get around signing up for that account. But I highly recommend you sign up for that free account. Once you've got your student names in there, you can click next. And then it's going to give you the next screen where you can adjust the number of groups or the size of the group. So once you have done that, you click create groups. You see here, I had 5 groups with 3 in each group. And you can see the groups that it created for me. If you want to redo those groups because you see 2 students are in a group that shouldn't be in a group, you can click create groups again and it will redo it. Now this is great for randomly assigning students to groups, or if you want to assign students randomly for station rotation, anything like that. And to get there, you go back to that home and then you're going to click Add Group Maker. Now here it's added a new group maker. You can rename these, but you don't have to. I'm just clicking Open. It has my list. I only have one list, so it's going to show me the one I have. If you had more than one, it would show you the first list. And then I'm going to click Next. Now here's where I get to choose how many students I want in my groups. So if I choose 4 groups, it's going to have 4 students per group. And if I click Create Groups, it's going to show me I have 2 groups of 4 and 2 groups of 3 because I didn't have 16 students. If I wanted an even number, I'm going to go with 2 students. It's going to give me 7 groups. This is great for partner work when you want to randomly assign. A lot of options for this as well. And that is Classroom Screen. There are a lot of options for personalizing here. There are a lot of options for setting up your classroom for the day. Highly recommend you check out Classroom Screen and all that it can do for you and your work environment and your classroom. Thanks for coming to Tech Tip Tuesday, where learning is the goal and technology is the tool. Get out there and try something new. Have a great day, everyone.